This is Project Marco, my playable LEGO game. And today, I'd really like to show you how I made it. For me, Raspberry Pi and gaming had always gone hand in hand. My first computer was a Raspberry Pi 3 that I got when I was 6. I would create programs in Scratch and play Minecraft. Later, I learned Python and was able to construct giant diamond and gold pyramids and spears of TNT. Later, me and my brother were gifted a Nintendo Switch, and it was through it that I learned about emulation. When I was 9, I started reading the Magpie magazine, and I discovered RetroPie in it. I installed it on my Pi 3 a few times, but I could never really find a use case for it. Last year, when I heard of the LEGO Game Boy, I only saw it as a display piece. But then an unexpected project came in my way. On the 9th of October last year, I was shown the LEGO Game Boy mod by Natalie the Nerd. I was amazed and inspired by it and decided that I would make one as well. But that turned out to be 10 months of problems and design changes and failures that I wouldn't have expected in the beginning. The first design that I conceived would have used 0W, a Pi TFT, a PowerBoost 1000C, and a Nokia cell for power. It would have been very clunky and bulky and extremely slow. The only core idea that remained of the original design was the backplate. It would house the Zero and any other components for the button controls and the speaker that would have been in there, but I didn't decide for it. And the screen would sit behind the lens that is built inside the design. Of course, every design had its different flaws. The first design that I called Model 1 would have been extremely flat and wouldn't have fitted anything but the Zero and the Nokia cell, but that was never conceived. Model 2 was much larger and easier to design, but it had used retaining clips to connect the backplate to the Game Boy shell itself. It would have been extremely hard to assemble and extremely hard to take apart or when redoing anything inside the design. And I ordered a different display than the Pi TFT for Model 3, and it's the same one in here. A 2.4 module by Waveshare. But I had discovered a big problem. The screen, although flat, would have required the cables to go around the battery, and that could have been extremely dangerous for anyone near the Game Boy. And that was really stupid oversight. So I removed the battery design and the charging circuit to make it much simpler. Then came the hardest part of the build, making the buttons work. It seems that it's completely easy now, but when I tried it back then, it was extremely complicated to get right. In mid-April, I stopped working on the LEGO Game Boy. It was extremely hard to work with the Zero W. And then I discovered that I could just use a normal launch model Pi Zero, and it would have been way faster. It's the same one that I use in here now. It's Zero 1 version 1.2, and it works brilliantly and is way faster. It's about 50% faster in Game Boy emulation and Game Boy Advance, and makes the Super Nintendo emulation much more bearable. As for the buttons, I decided to use a Raspberry Pi Pico connected to the Zero instead of using joystick firmware and other sorts. I just used GP2040 on the Pi Pico, and it worked brilliantly on the first try. The only problem that was there was that the buttons because they have so large travel, it would always register double presses. So I set the debounce periods to 20 milliseconds, which some people might say is pretty long for games like Tetris, but it actually made everything work brilliant. After all my hard work, the device was ready to be shown off. First place I demonstrated it was my school, and my class really loved it, and it was given good thumbs ups everywhere. In the summer holidays, I improved the backplate design a little more and conceived this design, which made it as flat as possible, and nothing else could ever get any slimmer. Now I've showed it off to the Raspberry Pi official magazine, aka Magpie, and they've given me lots of praise for it and really enjoyed uh, seeing this great design. The only people missing to showcase this to is you. Thanks for watching. I've always seen really great feedback about this project, and I really hope you've enjoyed it too. So, thank you and goodbye.